Hello children, this is your Nitin sir. Come with you. Come with another new topic. Today I am going to discuss about midpoint theorem. A very important topic for class 9th student. This topic is given in ICSE as well as in CBSE. Midpoint theorem is based upon, all of you knows, the Thales. It is also known as the Thales theorem. The person who have given this identity or proof. Why I am going to give you a midpoint theorem today? I thought one thing. Everyone know midpoint theorem is joining the midpoints of a side of a triangle and then that side is equal to half of the, but when we tell children to prove it, they have a confusion about midpoint theorem. So I decided to give you the midpoint theorem in such a manner so you will establish the midpoint theorem with the help of congruency. I can say I am going to revise your congruency also here. A geometry always gives you doubt in your mind, but right now I am going to show you something about a very easy process. So children, be ready and learn something from this video. Okay, I hope all of you will like this video. Okay children, now I am going to show you the midpoint theorem. Check here, already I have written midpoint theorem and I have made one triangle here. Midpoint theorem and I have made one triangle here. This triangle I am going to name, suppose A, B, C. Now the statement of midpoint theorem is, if the midpoint of a side of a triangle, let this E, or you can say this is first ABC then D. So this D is the midpoint of side AB and now this is E. So D and E. First of all, we will write what is given. D is the midpoint of, D is the midpoint of AB. Similarly, E is the midpoint of AC. Now the third part, join DE. Check here, join DE. These things always in your mind. Now for the proof, let, this is required construction, let or assume, or you can say this is construction, CF parallel AB, join EF. Okay, fine. Join EF. This is also shaded with the black. Now you have two triangle right now, three triangle right now, but we are going to compare two triangle. What? ADE and EFC. But first of all, now you check this, we said AB and CF. This is construction. I have already said this is construction. CF parallel AB. So now AB and CF are parallel. AB and CF are parallel. So we can say AD parallel CF. A parallel line or the part of the parallel line is always parallel. Okay. So now I am going to show you something. Now I am moving the camera. You check. This forming a Z, AD and CF. If you remember in earlier class 8, 7, alternate angle. If parallel lines having Z formation. So this angle A and this angle C is alternate angle. And this angle E and this angle is vertical opposite angle. And AE is equal to EC because E is the midpoint. Already it is written. E is the midpoint. So I am marking it here. 2 and 2. So similar mark notation. So we can now discuss about what here. This is over. We will discuss AED triangle AED and triangle CFE. We can say angle A, that is in bracket I am writing EDEAD is equal to angle C, that is in bracket I am writing ECF is equal to A degree. This is A, this is A. If you want, you write here alternate interior angle or alternate angle. You write alternate angle, no confusion. And AE is equal to EC. And angle E, we can say this is AED is equal to CEF, angle E. So we can write here by side angle side. By angle side. Angle side, or you can say here angle side angle also, both. In the sum book it is written AAS, no confusion, but conveniently you can write angle side angle. Children have a confusion about this one, but I am writing here angle side angle, angle side angle. So we will say triangle AED congruent to triangle CFE. So by CPCT, AD is equal to CF. This is your one part completed. AD is equal to CF. This AD is equal to CF. AD is equal to CF. Now 1 mark. Here also 1 mark. AD equal to CF. Now D is the midpoint. We have written here already. So we can say right now also, now AD is equal to BD, as D is the midpoint. So BD equal to CF, 1 mark. BD equal to CF. So we will say that B C F D is parallelogram. How? Already we said AB parallel CF. AB parallel CF. So BD parallel CF. And in the statement, what is said? DF is a parallel line. DF is a parallel line. Or DE is a parallel line. So here we can say BD parallel CF and DF parallel BC. Already we discussed BD is equal to CF. So we can say DF is equal to BC. This is your second formation. DF is equal to BC. So we already proved this line and this line equal, AD and CF equal. So now I am going to give you the final result. Let it here. Now check this one. AD is equal to CF. AD is equal to CF. AE is equal to EC. And suppose this is B degree and this is also B degree. Two angles of two triangles are equal. This implies third is also equal. Equal. So suppose this angle is C, this angle is C. So now if you are comparing these two triangles, three angles are equal, two sides are equal. So by congruency we can say DE is equal to EF. This is your main part where the children always confuse how it happened. If in a two triangle, two sides already equal and all three angles equal, so 100% the third side is equal to the third side by the congruency or the law of congruency. So DE is equal to EF. This implies what? E is the mid point of DF. And already we said DF is equal to BC. DF is equal to BC. So we can write DF is equal to BC or DF is equal to DE plus EF is equal to BC and DE plus EF. EF is equal to also DE. So DE is equal to BC. So 2DE is equal to BC. So DE is equal to half of BC. This is the result. This is the result in midpoint theorem. When we join a two midpoint of a side, that side is half of the parallel side. And how it is parallel? Now you can check. If this angle C, already we proved BCFD is a parallelogram. And the property of parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So if this is C, this is also C. And this angle is equal to this angle. So DE is parallel to BC. See the beauty of mathematics. But my suggestion, if you do anyhow, you have a problem, my dear, in midpoint theorem. So it's a very clear-cut theorem about mathematics, how you going to use the fundamentals of congruency that will help you to prove midpoint theorem. So here DE is equal to half of BC. So what is our summary from the midpoint theorem? We have result. If we join the midpoint of a side, so DE is parallel to BC and that side is half of the opposite side. This is the result. We have to find this one in the question, whether this is applicable or not. Then the midpoint theorem is become very easy for all my children. So okay children, again I am revising. This is ABC. I have done CF parallel construction and then joined DF and then I prove C. This is Z. Z means if a parallel line forming a Z, this is alternate angle. This angle is equal to this vertical opposite angle. So two angle and one side is equal. So we have proved AD is equal to CF. And now AD is equal to BD. It means BD is equal to CF. So now BCDF is a parallelogram. BCDF is a parallelogram. When BCDF is a parallelogram, BC is equal to DF. Now we will write the information through this. Here AD is equal to CF, AE is equal to EC, and two angles of a two triangles are equal. It means third is also equal. So third is equal, this C is equal to C. So now in these two triangles, this triangle and this triangle, three angles are equal, two sides are equal. So by the congruency, the third side is automatically equal. So after that, E is the midpoint. So DF is equal to BC. Now DF, DE plus EF is equal to BC. DE plus D is equal to BC. 2D is equal to BC. D is equal to half of BC. So it's very clear. So joining midpoint of a side is half of the opposite side. Okay children, I hope this will help you. And please watch the upcoming video where I am going to solve some question regarding midpoint theorem. So all of you please stay at home. God bless you. Bye bye.